It was one of the most memorable Valentine's Day I have had ever. And I'm so happy that it happened. I'm going to tell you more about it. Your life. Your life. Your life. Hey guys, this is Stephanie. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Remix Movement. I am losing my voice, so I was like, you know what? Let me get this podcast episode done. It is Monday. It is Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2022. And I was like, let me go ahead and I got to share what happened today because it was beyond my wildest dreams. Lewis and I were blessed, and I want to share this testimony with you guys, okay? I want to say happy Valentine's Day to all my married and in relationship and single people. I hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you treated yourself. I hope you treated the person you loved. I hope it was something that you would remember and be memorable as well. Okay. Lewis and I, we just came back from vacation, and we got to spend a few days with our family in Orlando. We got to celebrate my dad's birthday. We had an amazing time. It was fantastic, right? And we come back. We already knew that we were going to a reservation that we had made near our house. If you live in the West Palm Beach area, or if you live in the South Florida area, right? If you live in Broward or Miami-Dade, I highly suggest that you consider going to a restaurant that is called RH Rooftop Restaurant. It's located in downtown West Palm Beach, and it is a little bit pricey. So if that's not something that you're used to, or you want to take some time to plan it, I definitely think you should do it. It's such a great environment. But basically, so many people have shared with me some photos, right? And basically, RH stands for Restoration House, I think is what it is. And it's a Galleria kind of type of place. It has 4 floors, and it's basically inspiration for people to buy interior design for their bathrooms, their bedrooms, their babies' rooms, their office space. But they also have a restaurant, and there's lots of great places to take pictures, lots of great things that you can do. So I had told Lewis that I wanted to go there. I made the reservation maybe a week or two ago, and I was able to get this day off, which I was so happy about. And Lewis wasn't able to take the day off, but since he works the night shift, I said, let's make the best of this. Let's make a brunch appointment and let's do something different, right? So, we got up. I picked up my dog from the pet hotel while we were out. I come back and we got dressed. And let me tell you, my husband looks so good. And when he listens to this podcast, he's going to be like, why did you say that? But sometimes when you get dressed up for date night, or in our case, like a date brunch, because of where you're going, you want to look extra good, right? And he had some nice slacks on. He had his fit on. He had a polo shirt. He did his hair. It was super cute. It was very sexy. And I was all for it. And with the money that my husband blessed me for Christmas, on a gift card, I was able to buy my whole outfit. And it kind of matched what he was doing too. It was like beige and white. And we both had jeans on, and it was super cute. I love that we were able to get dressed and go out and have a really nice intimate date night. Okay. Now, we did not anticipate that it was going to be cold in the morning. We did not anticipate we were going to wake up and leave the house and it was going to be maybe 56, 57. We didn't expect it, but we were like, you know what? We have our sweaters, we have our jackets, we look good. Let's keep going, right? When we get there, we valeted the car and we walked in, and it was beautiful. I'm talking about high-end, beautiful chandeliers, super expensive. It's just so nice to see this because we live in West Palm Beach, and sometimes we just want to go to places where we can just look at it, almost like if we were window shopping and just looking at all these amazing marble and granite and countertops and spaces. We get up to the 4th floor, which is where they have the rooftop restaurant. And they have 3 different options of where you can sit, right? So the lady looks at us. She sees our reservation. She says, where do you want to sit? We have the indoor area, which is a lounge space. We have the cafe area, which is a little bit more contemporary. And then we have the rooftop outside. And I told my husband, I said, you know what? It's a rooftop restaurant. Why not go outside, right? Why not do what the restaurant is all about? Let's do it. If we're going to do it, we're doing it, right? So the lady looked at us and she was like, are you sure you want to go out there? It's kind of cold. I was like, no, we have our jackets. We're good. Let's go, right? So they sit us outside. Outside, it was beautiful. This restaurant had like little water features, like embedded in the walls and the tiles. They had really nice music in the background. They had amazing, comfortable seats. And it was just so nice to see the city because while you're on the rooftop, you see all of downtown West Palm Beach. And we're sitting there, we're talking. Lewis ordered something that I didn't expect him to order, but I was like, you know what? It's our Valentine's Day. You deserve to enjoy what you like to eat, right? I have a shellfish allergy. And normally, if Lewis wants to order shellfish, he does it away from me, like with his parents or somebody else. But we were outside in open air, and I did have my Benadryl just in case if I got an allergic reaction. But it wasn't bad. It was not bad. He ordered a lobster roll. I know, a lobster roll for brunch. And for the first time, I ordered a charcuterie board. And I was telling Lewis, I'm like, this is so bougie, but it's something that's coming out now. When you go to like these like high-end class restaurants and bars, they do what's called like the charcuterie board, and it's basically a cutting board or an Italian board, and it's like little pieces of fruit, little pieces of cheese, little pieces of ham, and then like little baguettes, and they put them separately, like deconstructed. But like while you're talking, you're eating, and you're not eating too much, but you're still having a good time. So I ordered a charcuterie board. It came with prosciutto, which is like I think in like an Italian ham, I think, but it's like really soft. It came with red grapes. It came with mozzarella cheese and then a baguette. And the baguette was warm. And then I asked for some butter. And our waitress was so nice. And she came out. Her name is Corinne. She came out. She was like surprised we were outside because it was cold. And she was like, wow, you guys are the only people out here. But you know what? I'm here for it. She brought us all of our drinks. She bought us, all of our water. She checked up on us. She was very kind. She was very sincere. She also brought out like an extra roll of baguettes just in case, extra butter for us. She was very sweet. And, we were very kind to her as well. We want to make sure that we had a good time. We took lots of pictures outside and we walked around, the veranda. And then literally Lewis and I are talking. We're having this conversation about how we've never thought we would have this experience. And we're so blessed to live in this city and try out new things. We're so blessed to be on these adventures together and to have this Valentine's Day brunch. And we're just so blessed. And he kept, he would tell me you're beautiful and I love you so much. And I would tell him back like, babe, I love you too. And I'm so glad that we're together and that we've gone through what we've gone through and we've made it this far. And we were just like stating how like, we had such a great weekend. And, he told me, he said, thank you so much for always thinking of new things and trying out new stuff and going on adventures with each other. And literally while we're sitting there, all of a sudden Corinne comes by. She's like, okay, I'm going to clear your table. Is there anything else I can do for you? And Lewis is like kind of cold. So he says, can I get a hot chocolate? And I look at her. So you know what? Let me get another hot chocolate too. That was kind of like our end drink. Right before we were thinking about getting the check. And we're, still talking, enjoying the ambience. And, Lewis is listening to the music. And it was just like such an amazing place. And Lewis is like checking the door behind me because a lot of people, when they came in, they wanted to go to the rooftop, but then they would feel like a gush of wind and they would go back into the restaurant like, no, we're not going to sit outside. It's too cold. And I told Corinne, I said, you know what? This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I want to spend it with my husband. I want to make it memorable. I want to enjoy the breeze, like it wasn't too bad. We had our sweaters. And the moment we are about to finish our hot chocolates, Corinne comes in and she comes in with a manager. And the manager basically tells us something that shocked us. He says, thank you so much for being literally the first guest to sit outside on our rooftop. This restaurant, I guess they had tried to open the rooftop area last week, and they weren't able to because of the rain, because it was raining. And they were like, this is a new feature that we want to share with people. We want them to be able to enjoy the outside area, the amenities, the view. And because you guys are the first ones here, we want to comp your entire brunch. And we looked at him and we were like, what? And he was like, we wanna literally comp your whole brunch. Like, we were thinking, like, Lewis and I, whenever we go out somewhere fancy, we always guess how much the check is. I don't know why we do that. We just do that. He guesses one and I guess one. When the check comes in, we laugh and we're like, who's closest, right? And we had done that. And this guy was basically saying, everything was comped, everything, like our drinks, our food, like it was expensive, like maybe like $150. Like, he was like, thank you guys so much for, even though it was cold, choosing to make a reservation, choosing to be outside, and thank you for being so kind to Corinne. And we were like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, and we told him, we said, listen, Corinne is a great waitress. She was very kind to us. She brought everything we needed. When Lewis needed a refill, she brought it before he asked. And, she was very nice to talk to. She wished us a happy Valentine's Day. And, we saw, like, even though it was cold for her to come outside and greet us, like, she still did that. And, he was like, all I ask is that you just, like, take care of her and everything else is taken care of. Now, we were obviously going to give Corinne a tip, right? Because she deserved it. And we've been always taught, like, if you receive really good service at a restaurant or at a store or any place that you go to, a shop, whatever, right? If you're going to eat somewhere and you receive really good customer service that's beyond what you expected, you should be able to give generously. You should be able to give them, more than what the regular tip is. That's just the way we are, right? And Lewis, like, the moment Corinne says it's on us, don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye. I looked at Lewis and I said, babe, she said happy Valentine's Day and bye. I don't think she knows that we don't have cash on us and we need to give her a tip. Like, we need to figure out a way how to give this woman who was so kind to us and allowed us to get this meal for free. We need to be able to give back to her. We need to be able to give her a nice tip. And I said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. When she comes back, we need to, let her know we're going to pay for these 2 hot chocolates. And we're going to pay for the 2 hot chocolates. And then after that, we're going to give her tip on the card. And he's like all nervous because he's like, oh my God, like, is she going to come up back outside? Are we going to see her again? Does she think we're going to leave? And one of the guys at another table, he came outside and, Lewis was like, hey, sir, can you bring back our waitress, please? Her name is Corinne. We want to say something to her. So she comes back out and Lewis is like, listen, my wife and I talked, and even though you guys are going to comp our food, and we really appreciate it, and that's very kind, and this was something that we never expected, we want to give you a tip. And she's like, no. My tip, my blessing, my reward is that you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. You enjoyed the rooftop. I don't need anything. And Lewis was like, no, you don't understand. You gave us phenomenal customer service. You deserve a tip. You deserve, something as a reward for being so kind to us. Like, you're so nice. You blessed us. Don't take this blessing from us. And all of a sudden, she's like, no, but don't take my blessing. Like, you guys enjoyed your meal and you made me happy. You're an adorable couple. And I love that. And I was just like, no, that's not going to happen. Right. So she didn't take it from us. And I told Lewis, I said, we have to find an ATM. We cannot leave this place without blessing this woman, without letting her know that even though the manager is going to comp us because we were the first guests, we have to show Corinne that she deserves this. She has made our brunch epic, like, she's made it memorable. She played an important part and she was so kind, like, again, when someone's kind to you and someone gives you a service and you're there, you should be able to reward them. You should be able to give them, generously what you think they deserve. So we walked around the rooftop afterwards and we were looking for her. And literally we walked out through another door and we saw another waitress. Right next to that other waitress is Corinne. And I looked at her and I said, I know you said that you didn't want a tip, but we really want to give you a tip. We really want to share with you. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. The manager passed by while we were on our way downstairs. And I approached the manager because Lewis was getting into the elevator because she pushed the button to the elevator and said, go downstairs. And I even told her, I said, no, I need to use the bathroom to see if I can just stay on that floor. And she's, no, 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 there's a bathroom down the other stairs. Don't enjoy your Valentine's Day. Don't worry about it. Okay. So the manager passes by. Lewis comes out of the elevator. And I said to the manager, listen to me. I want to bless this woman. This woman gave us phenomenal customer service. I appreciate that you comped our brunch. I had an amazing experience. And this is my first time here. I want to be able to bless this person. And he says, you know what? The customer's always right. And Corinne is still saying no, no, no. And he goes to the back and he gets us a check. And I was like, let me pay for the 2 hot chocolates. He only charged us for 1. And I'm like, wow, these people, like, God really blessed us today, right? We gave her an amazing tip. She could not believe it. She didn't even say bye to us. She was just like, I can't believe these people did this to us. And it felt so good. It felt very shocking to know that we were the first people to try out the rooftop bar since it opened. It was very surprising, but we felt so blessed that they comped the whole meal. But it felt even better to give back to this woman that made our, intimate, romantic, and fun Valentine's Day brunch so great. I mean, honestly, like her customer service was on point and she deserved it. And I pray that when Corinne sees the tip that we gave her, that she can feel the way we felt, like super blessed, super happy, and super compassionate, super kind. Like honestly, and I told her, I said, next time we come back, because we're coming back again, I'm going to ask for Corinne to be our waitress. And, I want to bring other people there. I want to bring my sister and my friends, like Brandy and Christine, Vanessa, like RH Rooftop, like, is so classy and so nice. And after we got all of this done and we gave her tip, Lewis and I, we walked every single floor. Every floor is different, right? So the restaurant's on the 4th floor. The 3rd floor is like interior designing for teens and babies. So they have cribs and linens and bath towels for that group. Then you go down the 2nd floor, and the 2nd floor has like dining tables, bathroom tables, all these different things, office wear. And then you go down the 1st floor and you see like all these like really nice furniture and lamps and beddings and different things like that. Like, the whole experience was phenomenal. From the beginning to the end, the whole experience. The valet was super nice. The process was easy. The reservation was easy. And we, honest to God, and I told her, as I said, this is the most memorable Valentine's Day ever. Like, to be blessed like that without knowing, and then to turn around and bless someone else felt so good. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's something that we never expected, but it shows how much God wants to continue to bless you. It shows that God will surprise you in moments that you never expected. And it shows that if you're kind to others, then, they'll be kind to you. Or, if you give generously, God will reward you. And not monetarily, but God rewarded us in the way we felt, because we felt satisfied and we felt gratitude and we felt thankfulness. And it was just amazing. So I want to share a few Bible verses, and I want to share some things in here because they kind of go with it, right? Luke chapter 6, verse 38 says, give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. For the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Now, a lot of people use this verse when it comes to giving tithes and offering. But I honestly do believe that since this verse was given in a chapter in Luke that talks about judging and treating others, that it has to do with that. So when you give, it's not basically saying give generously and it will be given to you in the same form. Sometimes when you give to people kindness, you don't get back kindness, but you get back something else, or you get joy, you get love, you get peace. Sometimes when you give generously monetarily, you get back something internally. Sometimes when you give your time and you give a smile, you get back something differently, maybe even monetarily. But regardless of what you give, God says that it's going to be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It will be poured on your lap. Like when something's poured on your lap, like if you pour like, something on your lap, like you feel it. You feel something on your lap. You're like, wow, this is on me, right? And that expression is what's going to be given to you when you give, okay? In this same chapter and verse, if you go to verse 31, Luke chapter 6:31, it says, "And as you wish that others would do to you, so do to them." So the good news is, like, treating others how you want to be treated is one of the easiest ways to display your godlike heart. Corinne was able to see our godlike heart when we were able not only to give her a thanks verbally, but to give her a thanks monetarily through a generous tip. Corinne was able to see our godly heart when every time she brought us a lemonade or water, we said thank you, we said please. There was something that, Corinne saw that was different about us, that even though it was cold outside, we were willing to go outside and enjoy this experience. Even though, we thought we were going to pay more than $100 in this meal, our godlike heart of appreciation and kindness was seen through the manager. After he comped us, we were shocked, but we gladly received it. Okay. So we need to do the same to others. We need to understand that when we're kind to others, people are seeing that kindness is a godlike quality. All right. Here's another verse, Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." What does this mean? Being kind to others, even when it is not immediately reciprocated, can provide many blessings in the long run, because God always rewards our efforts. God will always reward the good efforts that you put in. God will always reward when you give generously, when you treat others with kindness, when you don't judge people based on what they look like. When you do something that goes in accordance with what God's word says, you are showing God how great of a blessing he is in your life. And God is going to see that. And it says, in due season, you will reap. Like sometimes when we sow something, it takes time for us to receive. And during that time, we can't just give up. We can't just be like, well, God, I did this and I keep waiting and waiting. No, you have to wait, but you have to continue to not give up. You have to be able to not grow weary. Like, don't get tired of doing good things. Don't get tired of saying thank you and please. Don't get tired of giving generous tips. Don't get tired of sharing something nice with your coworker. Don't get tired of spending time with your mom and dad. Don't get tired of doing good to someone who may be going through a hard time. Don't get tired of doing good, because God will reward your efforts. All right? Now, here's another thing that happened during our Valentine's Day. Louis gave me a card. And I love that he gave me a Valentine's Day card, because I've said this before on the podcast. I love to read cards. I love to read, like, when Louis writes something in the card besides what it says. When he hand writes, beautiful things that have to do with us. And he went above and beyond this time in the card. Like, he touched so many heartstrings. And it was beautiful. He really grasped my intentions, my love, my heart. And it was amazing. It was very sweet. And I told that to him. Not only did he give me a card, but he gifted me a unique gift. All right. A very, very unique gift, which means that in almost the 8 years that we've been married and the 5 years we were together before marriage, okay, that every year our love is growing. Every year we're getting more intimate, not only physically, but also mentally and spiritually. We're growing in our communication, and we're seeing the blessings within our marriage. And when I get excited to see God use my husband in certain gifts, it's not how much you spend on the gift for me. It's what thought was behind it. And I think that goes for every woman. Like, some people think that Valentine's Day is about how many roses you get, how much money you spend. and how long it took you. But the truth is that if you have someone who loves you, if you have someone who cares for you, if you have someone who wants to share with you something beautiful on Valentine's Day, it's not about the price tag. It's about the thought. Does the gift they give you have to do with your personality? Does the gift they give you have to do with the character traits that you've shared with them in the time you've been with them, right? And Lewis got me a rose that's glass enclosed, all right? So kind of think of Beauty and the Beast and the rose that was enclosed in the glass, all right? Now, the rose he gave me is not real. And I appreciate that because he knows that I don't like real flowers because they die. I just don't have a green thumb and they die really fast, right? But he got me a rose and I think it's made out of glass. It's a purple rose. It has gold on it. And it's purple because it's my favorite color. And it's gold. It's beautiful. Okay. And then it has some LED lights that are wrapped around it. And when you turn it on, those LED lights come in different colors and they balance on the gold. It is so beautiful. It is so unique. It is very detailed. And again, I didn't look at that gift looking at the price tag. That gift, he thought of getting me something that he knew, number one, I don't like real flowers. And number two, it's purple. Like, I put it on my nightstand and he looked at me and I was just like, what an amazing Valentine's Day. Like my husband, he sees what I'm doing, you know, he sees how I'm growing. He sees what matters to me. And that gift was so much better than a box of chocolates. That gift was so much better than a teddy bear. That gift meant so much to me because there was so much thought and detail put into it. And this Valentine's Day, like I said, it was the most memorable Valentine's Day, and I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Or I'm going to try not to. But it was the most memorable Valentine's Day from start to finish. Like, I'm so blessed that I was able to take this day off and spend this day with my husband. It was so intentional. It was so beautiful. I was blessed to have a free meal at a restaurant that is so nice. Again, I recommend this restaurant if you live in West Palm Beach or if you're on vacation in this area. It's called RH Rooftop in West Palm Beach. But I am so blessed to have Lewis as my husband, honestly. Like, he is willing to try new things out with me. He's willing to go on crazy adventures, try new places out with me. He prays for me. He loves me. He cares for me. And one day soon, in the name of Jesus, he's going to be such a great dad to our children. He's going to love them the way he loves me. And I'm just so happy and blessed to have him in my life. So, babe, if you're listening to this, my boobie, I love you with all my heart. I thank you for giving me these many years of marriage, for always building and growing in me, and for just making this Valentine's Day just so memorable. Like, I wouldn't want to be with anybody. God put me with you for a reason. And every time I see you and I spend time with you and I kiss you and I hug you and we talk about our future plans, I get so excited because I know that now is amazing and later is going to be amazing, but I wouldn't want to do life with anybody without you. Like, thank you so much. I love you. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to. Thank you so much. All right, now, to close this episode, because I feel like I'm ranting and I'm getting too ooey gooey and romantic, all right? Valentine's Day is thought to be a romantic holiday just for couples that are married or not married. I want to tell you guys this. Valentine's Day is not just for them. Valentine's Day is also for those who are single, all right? Love yourselves. Be thankful of who you are in Christ. God made you beautiful. God made you handsome. God gave you unique abilities. And even though you may be single, let me tell you guys, you are still loved. You are loved by God. You are loved by your family. You are loved by your friends. You deserve to enjoy Valentine's Day. You deserve to enjoy life. You deserve to make yourself feel happy. And I think you should buy yourself flowers. You should go to a spa. You should get yourself pampered. You should order a fancy dinner for yourself. Do not feel bad if you are single on Valentine's Day, okay? I cancel that spirit, all right? What I want you to know is that you should not lose hope, because even while you're single, you are blessed and you are loved. And you need to be hopeful if you want to have a relationship, that the person that God has on his way or her way to you, that person loves God so much that he's willing or she's willing to be able to love you in the same way. All right. I am praying always for my single friends, but I'm praying also for my marriages, my friends that are single, my friends that are in a relationship. You need to understand that God loved you first before that person. I loved God first before I had Lewis. Lewis loved God first before he had me. And when you love God first and you allow God to put whoever needs to be in your life, it makes that relationship even better. All right? So be kind to one another. Be kind to people you know and you don't know. And understand that God is always watching and he can bless you at any moment. He can bless you while you're single. He can bless you while you're in a relationship. He can bless you while you're married. But God sees everything and he rewards those who do good things, all right, that are according to his word. So again, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, my love. Te amo mucho. And I will talk to you guys again soon. God bless. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Remix Movement for more updates. Be sure to check out our videos on YouTube and subscribe. Feel free to send us a DM with your feedback, questions, and any topics that you would like to hear in any of our future episodes. Thank you and God bless.